Alrighty. Hello there. Thank you guys for joining today. My name's Maribel. I'm a college intern here at LBCC for the Dual Enrollment Office. Today's Student Success Workshop is going to be on the Career Exploration 101. So let's get started. So I wanted to start off with a little overview about what we'll be talking about today. First, we'll be going over what is a career plan, and then we'll be talking about why is a career plan important for you guys as students. We'll talk a little bit about getting to know yourself, the first steps to career exploration and planning, and then we'll go over a few career assessments and explorations. And then lastly, I'm going to be going over a few strategies and actions or tips to towards your dream career. So let me move on. So just a little icebreaker for to get started. Um, you can go ahead and put your answer in the chat. So does anyone know what a career plan is? And have you ever done a career assessment? Yes or no? And if yes, which assessment was it? And did the results surprise you? If no, what would you like to learn about yourself through a career assessment? So feel free to write it in the chat or unmute yourself, whichever you're comfortable with. Okay, cool. So you're not sure what a career plan is. So that's great. We're going to be going over that today. So that's not a problem. Thank you for sharing, Stevie. Thank you. And you have done a career assessment. Awesome. Cool. And did your results surprise you at all? What were your results?
Yeah, can I unmute? I can
Yes,
I
you
can
can.
explain it instead of throwing it in the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Um, but I took a couple career assessments, so some of them were personality based a little bit, like the
Hmm.
MBTI one.
Yes.
But one that I was gonna highlight was the Clifton Strengths Finder one.
Okay, yeah.
So that one was I feel like the most accurate to like what I feel like um I I am as like a person, but also
Hmm.
professionally. So
Hmm.
I feel like that one so basically it gives you like your top five strengths that
Yes.
it feels like that you're already naturally good at. And
Hmm.
so I feel like sometimes I get surprised on like what I think objectively my strengths are.
Hmm.
In the office last or 2 weeks ago, James actually had us do like a an activity too on
Hmm.
how we saw ourselves and what we thought our strengths were. And then
Okay.
a partner would go and tell you what they thought your strengths were. And then he would go and tell us what he thought our strengths were. So
I
sometimes
love
I think
that.
it's good to have an assessment, I think, to help
Yes.
make things because sometimes you don't feel like you're strong in something.
Yes.
Um, but I think it can be surprising sometimes, especially when I found out my results. But it did make sense. Like all of it like really
It was
resonated with
pretty
me.
accurate. I
It's
love
pretty
that.
accurate. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I know exactly which assessment you're talking about. I
Mm,
actually just recently did the exact same assessment,
mm.
like 2 months ago, and
Wow.
I agree. I had the exact same like reaction. I was like, wow, this is so accurate. And it was
Yeah.
really nice to like learn more about like what are my strengths and how I could
Mm,
tie those strengths and make them into like
mm,
transferable skills for the position I'm in or
mm,
future position that I'll be in.
mm,
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing about
mm.
that. We'll actually be talking about that assessment in the next slide. So
Oh,
thank you
no
so
way.
much.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. I'm I was
Yes,
ahead of
so
it.
excited that you were. Yes, that's why when you
Hmm.
mentioned this, I'm like, yay, oh my gosh. So yeah, let's
Cool, cool,
move
cool.
on. So, what is a career plan? So, a career plan is basically like a personalized roadmap. It's going to help you guys identify your career goals and outline the steps that are needed to achieve those goals. This career plans actually usually include your career interests and goals, your education and training requirements that you would need for that specific career goal, the skills and experience that are needed, and then also just like some short-term and long-term action steps to help you get there. All right. And then, so why is the career plan important? So as dual enrollment students and any college students, actually, even high school and middle school students, it's going to be super important for you guys because it's going to help you guys stay focused on your goals. It's going to also help you guys make informed educational decisions. And also, it's going to help you guys save time and resources by helping you create a clear direction for your future. So, for example, the way it's going to help you improve your focus and goals is by providing a clear vision for your future. It's going to help you set some realistic short-term and long-term goals, help you stay motivated and on track. It also reduces some uncertainty and confusion about career choices. This is a big one. I think that this is super important because when I was in high school, I never did any like career planning or career assessments, and something that I wish I had done back then because I felt a bit lost and in that time. And so I think that maybe like planning ahead would have definitely helped me feel a little bit more certain on what I wanted to do, like for my future, or like maybe tying my interests or skills to like a possible career. So this is really going to be helpful for you guys to start early. And then it also helps you guys in decision making. So it helps make educational career decisions a lot easier, helps you guys prioritize opportunities that support your career goals, and it also encourages informed choices and increases your confidence. Um, all right, sorry, just want to pause really quick. Can you see this black um, thing that I'm hovering
N
over or
No, I
no?
can't see that.
Oh,
No.
okay, okay. I
Yeah,
could
I
see
just see
it
your slides. Yeah.
and it's bothering.
Oh, no worries,
I
no
can't
worries.
see the slides. I have to move it. How can I
Okay,
hide
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it doesn't show up on my screen, so it's all
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops. Oops. What did I do? Um, sorry, just gonna pause really quick to try to fix this. Um, it's because it's covering my slide. I can't read it. Okay, let me just move it then. Okay, so let's move on. So it's also going to support long-term development. So it's going to help you guys identify skills needed for your future success, encourages your ongoing education and professional development, and also prepares you for your career changes and new opportunities. And lastly, supports lifelong learning and growth. Okay. So one of the first steps in career planning is getting to know yourself a little bit more. So before choosing a career, students should try to understand like what their interests are, their values, their strengths, skills, and personality traits. So like Stevie mentioned earlier, that career assessment that he took kind of gave him a more detailed view about himself and like what his strengths are. And so that's going to be something that's going to be super important and helpful for you guys in finding a possible career for your future. One thing that's really important is values and life principles. So this is going to be like your beliefs and priorities that are going to guide your decisions and your goals. They reflect what is most important to you, and some examples of this could be like if your value and life principles are helping others, or learning, your creativity, if that's really important to you, or your family. So that is one of those are one of an example of values and life principles. Some interests and hobbies are going to be what you guys enjoy doing on your free time, activities or sports, something that's going to really reflect like your passion and strengths. Some examples could be like sports, gaming, some music, art, design, volunteering, or reading. And then lastly, your strengths. So I know we mentioned a little bit about this earlier, but strengths are the skills and talents that positively, oh, sorry, positive, sorry, are positive qualities that help you succeed. Some examples are going to be like communication strengths, or you're really good at leadership roles, you are good at creativity, problem solving, teamwork, or organization. That's going to be really helpful in getting to know yourself a little bit more and tying that and connecting it to a possible career. Let's move forward. So I wanted to stop and do a little reflection activity. Um, I wanted you guys to think a little bit about what activities do you guys enjoy doing, whether that be like sports or listening to music, painting, things like that. What subjects you do well in school, what motivates you, and what skills you are proud of. So I'll let you guys take a moment to think about these questions and just reflect. You could put your answers on the chat or unmute yourself if you feel comfortable sharing. And I also don't mind sharing. One of the activities that I enjoy doing is painting. I feel like I'm a very creative person. On my free time, I love to do arts and crafts and collaging. That's my favorite thing to do. One of my favorite hobbies. Oh, I see someone shared. Oh, you're writing it down. Awesome. Um, and in high school, my favorite subject was English. And then some skills that I'm proud of. I feel that I'm really good at working well with the team. I enjoy working well. I enjoy working in a team environment. That's something that I enjoy to do, and it's also something that I feel I'm pretty good at. It's one of my skills.
Okay, I can share now.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, cool. So what kind of activities I enjoy? Um, well, today actually I have a voice lesson tonight, so I
Oh,
like to
okay.
sing. So I sing on the side for fun and kind of to like express myself
Nice.
in art. And I think it's something that I have had like kind of a weird relationship with art. Like growing up, I did art, especially like in
Mm-hmm.
school. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I played piano, and
Okay.
then I played violin from fifth grade till my senior year of high school. Um, and I also sang. So, but I feel like for me, like I really chose singing as like my thing,
I love
most of
that.
all, and wasn't really pressured to do it by anybody else, but I just love to do it, and it was very fun. Also, I played golf in high school as well, so that's a
Oh,
activity I'm
that's so
getting back
cool.
into.
Okay.
So like 2 weeks ago was my first time going back for like before that was 2 years before, so it's been a second.
What? Oh my
Um,
goodness. I didn't know that
yeah,
was offered in high school. That's so cool.
yeah. So
I
I was
love
on
that.
I was on the golf team for like my
What?
first 2 years in high school.
I
Um,
love that.
yeah, and
That
so
is very
then
interesting.
yeah, so a couple subjects I feel like I was good in high school. I loved history and I loved English.
Right.
Um, Also, loved when because I also was on the school newspaper for all 4 years. So
Oh,
I studied
cool.
journalism for undergrad. So I think newspaper
Nice.
really was formative
Yes,
in
yes,
helping me figure out what I wanted to do in undergrad, and it gave
yes,
me a really good foundation for like later on in grad school and how to communicate with other people and like have good writing skills and talk to
definitely.
people. Um,
Definitely.
and I think what motivates me, I think, is definitely like my family, like my support system, my friends, and
Oh, yes, that's
um,
huge.
I've learned also to motivate myself too for like things that
Mm-hmm.
I want to come and get. Have started to come from me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think before I like really sought out like that external validation for like where like I should be in like life wise, but now I feel
Mm-hmm.
like already know I'm always in the right spot where I need to be. So giving myself grace and I
Exactly.
feel like that motivates me to know that like I've already worked so hard now that like now
Mm-hmm.
everything else is just an extra to like what I can continue to do. So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's been
Yes.
very motivating.
Yes. I love
And
that
so
answer.
thank you. And some skills. I know you mentioned team player, and I feel like I'm also a
Mm-hmm.
team player as well. I feel like my communication skills, and recently, like I kind of discovered I didn't realize how organized I really was, but James told me that that was one of my strengths. So I
I love
have
it.
been trying to internalize like actually I'm kind of organized.
Yes, you
I
are.
do know where things are, even if it feels messy. Sometimes like in my room there's like piles of things. I know there's a
Mm.
pile and I know what's in the pile, but there's
You're
a
like, but I
pile.
know
So
what's in there. I
so
know what's
sometimes I'm
in
like,
that
I don't know if
pile.
that's organized. Could be a
It
little
is,
messy,
it
but
is, it is.
I know what's in that pile. So
Yes,
maybe
yes.
that's organized.
Love that. These were great answers.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us. I
Mm,
love that. I think that's one of my skills too. I'm
yeah,
pretty organized, I will say that.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's
I like
great.
structure and I like,
Me
to
too. Me
be
too.
punctual and know
Yeah.
what's coming next.
Like
So
I definitely have like a plan. Yeah.
oh,
I
like
always
a
like know,
planner, like yeah,
and
like
a
I'm
planner
definitely a
and a
planner.
calendar.
Me
My
too.
my G Cal knows what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Oh yeah, the Gmail.
Yeah, and I think it's a good skill to like know that we have to,
Definitely,
especially oh,
definitely.
and on what is it, Myers-Briggs, that makes me such a
Hmm.
J.
Hmm.
Um, and I've
I don't think I've done that one, but
yeah,
I have
that
heard of it.
like the ESFJ, that's mine.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
like the 16
yes,
personalities,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. I know
So,
what you're talking about. Yeah,
hmm
Perfect. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thank
sharing.
you.
I love that you were able to connect that with what you're doing now and how your skills are able to be transferable skills for like your future. So thank you so much for sharing. So
Yeah.
let's move on to the next slide. So I wanted to give you guys a few examples on how your hobbies and interests can connect to possible careers. So let's start with the first one. If your hobbies or interests are art or drawing, if you really enjoy that, you could possibly look into some future careers as a graphic designer, an animator, illustrator. Sports and fitness, if that's something you're really into right now, you could possibly um, look into becoming a coach or a physical therapist, personal trainer, reading and writing, teacher, journalist, or author. Those are really great options. And then if you're into music or enjoy playing an instrument, you could even become a musical teacher. You could look into audio engineering or become a music producer. If you're into cooking and baking, you can look into becoming a chef, a baker, or even a nutritionist. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that was loud. Sorry. I apologize. Um, oh, everyone's getting it now. Okay, so I was going to mention that this is something that also enjoy doing is cooking and baking. I'm not the greatest baker, but I really enjoy doing this on my free time as well. And at one point in my life, I considered becoming a chef or like a baker. So this was a possibility for me at one point. I just wanted to mention that. But photography is also interest that you can connect to becoming a photographer or even a content creator. That's also something that's becoming more popular nowadays. And then if you enjoy helping people, you can think about becoming a counselor, a nurse, or a social worker. So these are just a few career connections. There's lots more where this comes from, but these are just a few that I thought would be nice to mention so that you guys could get a feel about what possible interests or hobbies you could connect a career to. Okay, so now this is my favorite part I wanted to talk about for this workshop was the career assessments and exploration. So earlier, Stevie mentioned he had done the Clifton Strengths Assessment. This is one of my favorites that I've done so far. I've also have done this one, the 16 personalities, and then there's also Roadmap that's pretty popular and Eureka. I'll click on Clifton Strengths quickly just to show you guys what it is about and how it works. Um, can you see the screen here? The website? Okay, perfect. So yeah, the Clifton Strengths is going to be basically like a student report that shows you your top 5 strengths based on questions that you answer. Like a short quiz. I think it's around like 45 minutes. This is actually something that is available for you through your high school counseling department. I know that sometimes it is required for you to have a code. So if you were to talk to your counselor about this and let them know that you're interested in this career assessment, they are able to give you that code and you would just click on this website, redeem the code, and you can go ahead and start it. I wanted to show you guys an example of what it looks like once you do get your um, a student report for your strengths. So let me show you guys here. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to give you your top 5 themes, your strengths, right? So for this example, it shows the first strength is significance, futuristic, individualization, focus, and maximizer. And then it just kind of goes into like really detailed, like a really detailed report about your strengths and how they're defined and how you could put this into like your future and how you could use this as skills. So it also gives you like more details on what to do well. Oh, just like gives you tips, I guess. But it's really detailed, and this is why I liked it because I mean, look at how big and long this report is. It's 17 pages, so it was really, really detailed and what you can do with this with your strengths for your future career. So I really, really enjoyed this assessment. I highly recommend it to you guys. Um, so that's just one of them. let's go back. So yeah, this assessment, it helps you guys identify your natural talents and strengths, and it helps students understand how to use these strengths to achieve academic, career, or personal goals. The next one I wanted to highlight was 16 personalities, and I'll show you guys what this one looks like too. It's also like a test, and you will just go on here and take the test. And it just gives you a little step by step on how to do that. This one doesn't require a code, so you're able to jump on right into this one, and it gives you your personality at the end, kind of connects that to what type of careers you could choose with that. So that one was pretty cool too. Roadmap is one that I had never heard of, but I recently found out about this one through the Career Center, and it's also really cool. You get to, choose your interests. So, for example, like what interests you the most? So I'll just say like education. What interests you the most? Oh, choose two, sorry. So another thing that I'm really interested, I said I mentioned art, right? So I'll choose art. And then what lights you up at your core? So let's see. I think I mentioned earlier, I enjoy helping people, so I'll choose that one. And then it just quickly just gives you some final results on like potential careers that you could do. And you could just browse through these. So there's a bunch of options here. Um, Human resources, fundraisers. And so then if you click on one of them, like let's say human resource specialist, it'll give you a little, you know, more background on what human resources specialists do. And it gives you some examples of some actual people that are in this field and, their intake on this, some tasks and responsibilities. So just a more detailed view about that career. So this one was pretty cool. I really liked it. And then lastly, Eureka. This one, I think you had to make an account, so I wasn't able to do that. But this is also one that is highly recommended by the Career Center. So I thought I would put this on here for you guys. Kind of gives you a little step by step on who you are, like where you're going, and how you can get there. So that's pretty important. Okay, so those are just the top four that I thought would be good to talk about for this workshop. Let's move on. So as I mentioned, I did want to talk about the Career Center. So the Career Center is actually a resource that you guys have available to you as dual enrollment students. It's a super helpful, resource that you guys could take advantage of while you're doing your career exploration, even for workshops. That's a service so sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought, that they do at the Career Center. They also do career planning and decision making, career information and resources. They get you help with resume and cover letter writing, also provide job fairs, internships, and volunteering opportunities and job placements. And they also mentioned these counseling courses that I thought was really interesting because it's something that you guys could potentially look into if you guys are interested in these career exploration. So I wanted to talk about this as well. So let me first show you guys the LBCC Career Center website. So this is what it looks like. And you're able to make an appointment here or chat with the career support staff. There's a bunch of other details here that you guys could look over, a bunch of resources that are super helpful for you guys. So yeah, and then these are the classes that I thought were really interesting. And it looks like all of them are transferable to Cal States. Actually, these are only Cal States, and this one is UC and Cal State as well. So the first one is the Counseling 7 class, which is college and professional success class. And here's a little detailed about the class and what it is. So it helps students practice and apply and evaluate integrative exercises to academic achievement, self-exploration, career development, and professional growth. And then the Counseling 48 class is basically more on the career exploration. So similar to a little bit of what I'm talking about now, you'll do personal assessments. That's what we just went over. You'll do self-understanding about career and labor market research. integration of information and goal setting. So this one's also really interesting and probably really helpful as well. And the last one is going to be career planning and college success. It's called Counseling 50. This course helps students explore career and educational goals by assessing their interests, skills, and values and personality. This class has topics that include career research, decision making, time management, goal setting, and educational planning, resume writing. So these are all really great classes that you guys could look into if you guys are interested in taking some counseling classes, career classes, sorry. All right, let's move on. So a few strategies and actions towards your dream career. So, one, how to improve your skills. So, you guys can take relevant classes. As I just mentioned, those would be some to start off with, but some relevant classes or training to the specific career goal that you guys have in mind. You guys can earn certifications, build some communication and leadership skills, and learn some new technology or tools. Another important thing to do is expand your network. Attending career fairs and workshops is going to be super helpful for you guys. Connecting with your professors and mentors or professionals at school. Joining student clubs and organizations. This is also one that is super important that could be really helpful to you guys. And potentially like knowing, more about yourself and what you enjoy to do and connecting that to like a possible job or career in your future. And then getting practical experience, so like internships, volunteer work, getting a part-time job, job shadowing, or even campus leadership roles. These are going to be great for your resume, and also get you a little feel about what you enjoy to do and gain some skills actually. And then the last one is making a career timeline. So this is going to be creating a step-by-step plan to stay on track toward your career goals. So an example of a career timeline would be, so for this year, you could make the goal of completing a career assessment and then exploring some career options. And then in 1 to 3 years, maybe choosing a major, gaining experience, building your network. And then 3 to 5 years, completing your education, developing some career skills, and applying for jobs. So this is just a few tips that I wanted to mention for you guys. And then I also wanted to talk about what the difference is between a major or a career. So what's the difference, right? A major is going to be your area of study in college. This is going to be focusing on a subject or academic knowledge, such as a business major, a psychology major, biology, or computer science. And then career is going to be the job or profession you pursue after completing your education. So a career is basically tying your skills and interests and experiences. So some examples could be like marketing manager, a teacher, nurse, or software engineer. And then I wanted to just pinpoint really quick to remember that your major does not always determine your career. There's many careers out there that accept many different majors, and a lot of majors are pretty broad. So a good example would be like psychology. Doesn't mean you have to become a psychologist, right? You can do many careers with a psychology degree. You could become a social worker, a counselor. You could work in many careers. So just always remember that. What's important is to focus on developing your transferable skills. Let's move on. So I wanted to also talk about educational pathways. So the type of educational options that are available to you guys after you graduate high school. Um, and this looks like a lot, but there's a few different types of pathways you guys can take. The first would be the certificate programs that we have available, and they're available here at LBCC as well. These are short-term training programs that directly connect you to a job. So these usually take like 6 months to a year. And these examples of careers could lead to like a medical assistant, a pharmacy technician, HVAC technician, electrician, etc. An associate's degree is also something that you can earn here. And it's typically completed at a community college, and it typically takes around 2 years to complete this. Some examples of jobs that you can get with an associate's degree are going to be a registered nurse, dental hygienist, radiological, radiologic technologist, so an X-ray technician. So just a few examples. And then for a bachelor's degree, typically this is completed at a four-year college or university. And some examples of bachelor degrees could be in accounting, marketing, or jobs, sorry, marketing manager, software developer, and so on. And then we also have apprenticeships that you can do, and these you will earn while you learn through hands-on training. So, like examples of this would be electrician, a plumber, or carpenter. So those are great options as well. Also, trade technical schools. These are specialized training for skilled careers. So this is a little bit similar to this, but different. So HVAC technician, automotive technician, and welder. I believe these are also offered here at LBCC. And then lastly is graduate degrees. These are advanced education, such as a master's or doctoral program. And this is going to lead you to a career as a school counselor, social worker, or a psychologist. And always remember that success looks different for everyone. You know, everyone takes a different path, whether that be through an associate's degree, bachelor's degree. We all have different paths, right? The right path is going to be the one that moves you closer to your career goals and interests and um, aligns well with like the skills that you have and your goals. Okay, so lastly, I wanted to talk about some career research tips. So these are going to be some ways to explore your career. You're going to start by taking a career assessment. I think this is going to be the most helpful one, just to get to know yourself a little bit more, what you're interested in. And then talking to professionals, family, or teachers. This also is really helpful in your career research. You know, sometimes even talking to like your family members could really give you some insight on like what they do and, you know, what they like about their job could help you maybe decide on a position that you're interested in. I know that this was super helpful for me as well. When I was deciding on what I wanted to do in my future career, you know, talking to my sister was probably one of the biggest reasons why I decided to do school counseling. She's a school counselor herself, and you know, having her insight really helped me decide on my decision too, and just heard a lot of great things about it as well. So, talking to family members or friends could really help you guys in that. Another thing is attending college and career fairs. This is also super helpful for that. Joining clubs and activities, volunteering and interning, and researching your careers online. That's going to be really helpful too. These are some questions to ask if you guys were to meet with a career coach or like a career staff member at the Career Center here. So you could ask them questions such as, what does this career do? What education is required for it? What skills are needed? And is this a career that's growing? So these are just some questions that you guys could ask. And then why is it important? So this is important because it could help you guys plan for the future. It connects your school to career goals and helps you choose the right college or training path. So it's also really important when you're researching like certain careers online to look at what training and education is needed, right? So that you guys know what to plan ahead for your college educational plan. And then lastly, career research helps you discover um, careers that fit your interests, strengths, and future. So I know some people, while they're career exploring, they might see that, you know, a certain job or career that they're interested has a lot of math or science in the training or education, and so that could be scary for them because they don't do well in those subjects. But maybe that could be a decision that they have made for them to decide they don't want to do that career anymore, and so they want to look into another career that doesn't have so much math or science. Um, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Definitely is going to help you guys in choosing the right career path for your future. And then I wanted to end with a short reflection. So this reflection is called Finish the Sentence. So just take a minute to read the sentences here. For one is a career that I'm interested in learning more about is. And then two, one skill I want to develop is. And then three, one step I can take this month to work toward my future career is. So just take a second to think about these questions really quick. And I hope that this workshop was helpful for you guys in answering some of these questions or and helping you guys choose a career for your future. So yeah, if you want to share, feel free, but no pressure. And you don't have to answer all of them. You could just choose one. Okay, let's see. Someone answered. Okay, so Stevie answered all of them. So the first the first one was community college counselor. So that's something that you're interested in learning more about. That's awesome. And then a skill you want to develop is creating different educational plans for students. Okay, that's cool. I love that one. And then number three, one step that I can take this month to work toward my future career is shadowing counselors and asking good questions that help me learn and grow in my skills. I love that. That's awesome. That is a great answer for that last one. That's definitely going to help you in growing in your career as well. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And so, yeah, so that concludes today's Student Success Workshop. Thank you so much for joining. You guys could follow us on Instagram at LBCCECI for more updates. And we are hosting another Student Success Workshop next month. So keep an eye out for that one. Here is our phone number and our email as well if you guys have any questions. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you, Stevie, for joining and sharing and um, being able to answer some of the activity questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maribel.
Bye. Thank you. Let me stop recording.